In this video, we're going to be taking a deep dive into how Butler's arrival transformed the Warriors, and we're also going to examine Stephen Curry's recent injury and the fallout from that. And most importantly, we're also going to break down how this team still found a way to thrive. From tactical adjustments to individual performances, we'll cover why the Warriors are now on a clear path to the NBA championship. When the Warriors made the bold decision to acquire Jimmy Butler mid-season, it wasn't just to grab another star. It was a calculated play to address the gaps that were holding them back. Butler's versatility, leadership, and sheer competitive fire were precisely what his team needed. Known for his relentless defense, playmaking abilities, and clutch performances, Butler brought a new dimension to a Warriors squad that was only reliant on Curry's offensive brilliance. More than that, he added an edge, a no-nonsense, win-at-all-cost mentality that the Warriors had been missing since their early dynasty years. This wasn't just about stats, it was about culture, toughness, and setting a tone that everyone on the roster had to follow. Let's break down the Warriors' recent performances to see Butler's impact in action. Starting off with their matchup against the Milwaukee Bucks on March 18, the Warriors pulled off a dominant 104-93 victory. What stood out the most wasn't just the win itself, but the way they won. The Warriors' defense, anchored by Butler's relentless energy, suffocated the Bucks, holding one of the league's most potent offenses to under 100 points. Butler's ability to switch on multiple positions and orchestrate fast-paced breaks and key stops completely shifted the game's momentum. His on-court communication was just another vital factor, visibility directing teammates and ensuring they stayed organized on both ends of the floor. And then came the March 20 game against the Toronto Raptors, a game that showcased the Warriors' resilience like never before. Curry was cooking early on, and he racked up 17 points before disaster struck in the third quarter. After driving to the rim and landing awkwardly, Curry suffered a pelvic contusion that forced him to stay out of the game. This was a make or break moment for the Warriors. The Raptors smelled blood in the water, surging forward in an attempt to capitalize on Curry's absence. But this is where Butler's true value shone through. Not only did he keep the team mentally locked in, but he also took over playmaking duties. Butler finished with an impressive triple-double, scoring, assisting, and dominating the glass. He controlled the tempo, ensuring the Warriors didn't fall into chaos without their floor general. His basketball IQ was on full display, making smart reads, drawing defenders, and setting up his teammates for easy buckets. Meanwhile, Draymond Green played like an absolutely possessed man, tying his season high with 21 points and anchoring the paint on defense. The result? A gritty, hard-fought 117-114 victory that kept the Warriors' momentum alive. Curry's injury was a turning point, one that could have derailed the Warriors' season entirely. Before exiting, he was an offensive engine, knocking down threes, slicing through the Raptors' defense, but injuries aren't new to this team. The Warriors have been here before, and at this time, they weren't going to let it define them. Butler stepped up, not as a scorer, but as a floor general, taking up where Curry left off. He wasn't just filling in. He was elevating the entire squad. He was slowing down the pace when they needed him the most, accelerated it when the Raptors lagged, and continuously found open looks for his teammates. This was leadership in its purest form, the kind that doesn't show up on the box score, but wins you playoff games. The brilliance of this Warriors squad isn't just about Butler and Curry, it's about the supporting cast rising to the occasion. Draymond Green, often criticized for his declining offense, reminded everyone that he's still a force. He attacked the paint with confidence, hit timely shots, and defended his life like it depended on it. Quinton Post also emerged as an unexpected hero, dropping a career-high 18 points off the bench. His energy and hustle were contagious, igniting the crowd and giving the Warriors a vital spark in those crucial second half minutes. This, inspired and fueled by Butler's leadership, is what separates contenders from pretenders. Jimmy Butler's influence goes far beyond his individual performance. His defensive tenacity has become infectious. He's setting the tone with hard no stops, forcing turnovers, and making every opposing scorer work for their points. It's the kind of defensive identity the Warriors hadn't truly embraced since their 2015-16 dominance. And offensively, Butler's presence has shifted the focus from Curry having to carry the load every night. Now the Warriors have multiple playmakers on the floor, a dynamic that makes them nearly impossible to defend for 48 minutes. This balance has turned the Warriors into a complete team, winning even when their superstar is sidelined. And as for Curry's return, the timeline remains uncertain. The team's medical staff has emphasized a cautious approach, ensuring he's fully healed before stepping back on the court. In the meantime, the Warriors are rallying together, determined to hold the line until their leader returns. And when he does, this team might be more than dangerous.